Good evening, Ravens flock. Welcome into another show. Happy Wednesday. Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing, Hendo?
I'm well, and yourself?
I am doing just fine. Thank you. Yes, we are back. And for us to be back on live stream twice this week, this is a good thing. It's good. But that's not the half of it because you'll see us again before the week is out, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Listen, we wanted to come tonight just to, say hello, see how everybody is doing, see if you guys are excited as excited as we are because these Baltimore Ravens are ready to they're ready to shake it up this year and do some things. So we're happy about it. Let's get into it. Couple of want to say hello to those who've joined in the chat first. I see you, Tim Hughes. Hey there, 86 Ghosts. Thank you both for already being here. Thank you, thank you. But I will say this. Look, I have a funny feeling about these Ravens this year. I have a good feeling that this could be the year that we go all the way. Hendo, how are you? Just kind of how are you feeling? What are your thoughts so far?
It's kind of hard to explain. Like, I can feel my mitochondrial DNA jumping. Like, football is 4 days away. 4 days from now, we'll be watching the game. We'll be watching the Baltimore Ravens play the 2025 iteration. I can't say take revenge on the Buffalo Bills because if we win that game, we're not going to the AFC Championship. But it is the start of a culmination of the Ravens building and stacking and making their way to the playoffs. Now, if they beat them, that gives them a leg up on the Bills for a tiebreaker when it comes to seeding. We want that AFC Championship game. We want the full playoff run to run through Baltimore. So to me, I'm really excited for this team. I know in the past, I've been really hard on Eric DeCosta. Extremely.
You
I
have.
will say, I will say that this right now is the most talented team that he's had with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Now, offensively, we're not as strong as we could be. I will fault him on that one. The offensive line, he knows. He's even said it in conversations that you have to be strong up front, whether it's the offensive line or the defensive line. And we're a little thin on the defensive line as well, but we compensate for that with all the first-round picks in the secondary, with all the additions, with the speedy linebackers, even with the undrafted free agents. If you look at them, they were all on the defensive side. Offensively, we're a little lax, but we have a Hall of Fame running back. We have a Hall of Fame quarterback. We have three outstanding receivers, and we have a tight end and a half that is amazing. So,
I'm sorry. You just confused me.
what?
We have a tight end and a half. You mean we
One
have
is
two
no. One is just amazing.
and the other?
He's on the come up. The other one is amazing in the regular season.
I got to stop right there. I got to stop you right there. Who was the one who you are speaking to, whom you are referring, that's amazing in the regular season? Who is that?
Mark Andrews.
Okay, I got to stop him right there. We got to call timeout. Let me get the challenge flag. Let me throw it. I am going to say this about Mark Andrews. I'm going to turn the page.
Okay.
He's going to start in my book.
What's up, y'all?
Hey there. In my book, he's going to take this and we're going to just do like this. I'm going to turn the page.
Okay. Okay.
This way so y'all can see it. So this is
Okay.
Mark Andrews, and this is where I stand with him. I'm going to believe that what we have experienced with Mark Andrews heretofore is no longer going to be. This is going to be the year where the narrative changes. We're not going to just see Mark Andrews put up great numbers and record a bunch of stats, have a lot of touchdowns during the regular season. We're going to see something more from him this year. We have to. And that's
Okay.
where I stand with it. So we
Okay.
have
Well,
not just 1.5.
Okay. You're the voice of reason. When we have these conversations, I have to look at my shoulder and see the little voice of reason telling me all the positives of everything going on. But I was sitting here as I was doing a video, I was thinking about Mark Andrews because his press conference came on. And to me, he sounded like John Harbaugh Jr. Like, it just sounded like John Harbaugh was up there speaking, but it got me to thinking. And you say, yeah, this is the time that he's going to redeem himself, because that's a lot of the questions that's been asked. Are you glad to play Buffalo in the first game of the season, being that the way last season ended? For me and all the people on Twitter and everywhere else saying that this is the Mark Andrews redemption tour, this is where he gets right. What about the previous 7 seasons? Because throughout his career, 8 playoff games, 39.5 yards per game. And then it had me thinking, who has more playoff touchdowns than Mark Andrews receiving? And I'll tell you, it's Hayden Hurst, who played 2 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens. Hayden Hurst has more touchdowns in the postseason than does Mark Andrews. So if there were any time for Mark Andrews to have his redemption tour to prove that he was worth it in the playoffs, it would have been last season. But guess what? It didn't happen.
Okay, and we have to add context to that. And we're not here to talk about exclusively about Mark
Started.
Andrews.
I mean, you started.
I know, but I'm gonna say this, and you know, Mark Andrews had an injury last season, and he was coming off of an injury. I'm going to give him a little bit of grace. That does not erase all of the previous years that he did not record numbers and put up touchdowns in the postseason. But as I mentioned, for me, I'm going to like just kind of turn the page and believe that, hey, we're going to talk about it, Darnell. Thanks for being here. We're going to talk about it. But let's get into some of these.
No. Before you go on, because that back injury had him get 11 touchdowns on the regular season, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It didn't stop him from doing that.
Well, I mean,
the back injury made him fumble a catchable ball.
They should not have it
in the same conditions that Isaiah Likely caught a more difficult pass, wet gloves and all.
I understand.
But let's move on.
We shall. Because you all know what I'm going to say. Let's move right along like a herd of turtles. But okay, what I'm going to say about Mark Andrews is this: he better get it done this year. Because I'm out here, you know, publicizing him. I'm out here just putting him on Front Street that he's going to do it. Don't let me down, Mark.
I hope that he does.
I hope he does too. I hope he does. So a couple of topics that we wanted to cover tonight. Some good news coming from the Ravens, and we are excited to talk about it. Jaire Alexander is finally back in practice. Finally. That is good news for us. Hendo, what do you think about Jaire finally making his way back? And what's the probability, the likelihood that you think he'll play against the Bills on Sunday?
I cannot say that I'm extremely excited that he's back. Listen, I wish for the best. I hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Now, he is back. He did return to practice, but it was in a limited capacity. And of course, you know, they're trying to rest him for game 1. Now, he hasn't really practiced all off season in back-to-back practices. He practiced 1, he missed 1, 2 practices again. He's not going to play a full game. They're going to give him limited reps and then see how his knee reacts after the fact. Hopefully he can do enough. Luckily, and I'm not trying to slight anything going on with the Bills, luckily it's not a top flight wide receiving core that we have to go up against. So we could get away with a Wouzier, TJ Tampa, Martin. We could get away with putting someone else at that third cornerback position. So I think they're trying to ease him in, but hopefully he has no issues or concerns. Now, if he can play fully and go throughout the rest of the season, I'm really excited. I'm excited that I don't have to hear sticky coverage anymore. Because that's all they would say about Brandon Stephens. Sticky coverage. He got sticky coverage. He's sticky. Yeah, he's sticky, but he can't turn his neck or get his arm up for some reason. He can't chew bubblegum and walk. So for me, this is an exciting time. We just have to find out what the extent of this injury is, and hopefully it doesn't hinder this team going forward in the season.
You know, when we signed, Jaire, there was the excitement around it. I said, oh, great. I've wanted Jaire for a long time. But then I realized, wait, okay, Jaire is an amazing player. He is. But he's got to be able to stay healthy. And if he is coming to us broke down, busted, disgusted, if he's coming to us in that state, and hopefully he's not, but he hasn't practiced in 2 weeks? Since something like the middle of August was the last time we've seen Jaire practice outside of today. That's a little concerning, especially because he's with a new team. He's with a new defense, a new scheme. He's got to get these reps under him. Yes, he is a veteran. He's been around a long time. he should be able to pick it up pretty quickly. But still, these reps in the preseason and in the offseason are very important. So as long as, he stays healthy, we should be okay. We should.
He has to stay healthy because after that, we get a slight pass with the Browns. Then we got Detroit.
Yeah.
Then we got Kansas City. We got Houston. We got the Los Angeles Rams. Like, we need him to be healthy because we cannot put ourselves in another hole like we did last season. That game that we dropped versus the Raiders, that was the difference between the divisional round of the playoffs being in Baltimore and being in Buffalo. So we have to come out the gate strong, and we need each and every person to be healthy. Now, some of this can be masked if Malachi Starks lives up to billing, which I think that he most definitely is. So we have the pieces and we have the depth this year, and I think this is why I say this is one of EDC's better constructed rosters because we have guys that can play. We don't have draft picks that are just hanging on. He actually, I believe, for the most part, picked the best 53 men and put them on this roster. So we got to get it done because it's a gauntlet to start the season.
No excuse. Remember, I told you my word for the season for the Ravens all season long, excuseless. But we have our first super chat donation coming in from Barry Hayes, $10. Thank you, Barry. We appreciate the support. Thank you for being here. And if you would like to leave a donation for us, there are super chat links down below on both of our channels. You can go ahead and support our mission, what we're doing, just out here talking Baltimore Ravens all the time. You can do that by supporting us. So Barry, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
There was something that someone said earlier that I'm trying to find the comment. It came earlier that someone is, Pat Ricard. Pat Ricard is possibly injured. Is that concerning to you, Hendo?
Huh?
I know. Why did I even ask? But somebody mentioned it earlier, so I said, let me just touch on it. How are you feeling about that? If we don't have Pat Ricard, game one.
I mean, if the game plan was to use him, that's going to be a concern. Yeah. Outside, you know how I feel about this. It's 2025 to me. Fullbacks aren't a priority unless your offensive line is not good. So I understand why the Ravens keep him around because they did not put the best offensive line around Lamar Jackson that they possibly could have. But now what happens is you put another weapon on the field. Yes, Pat Ricard can block. He can help chip. He can do certain things to mask. But now we can add another wide receiver or another tight end, and we have somebody that the team has to guard. They have to account for that extra player. So for me, it's not a big miss. All right, we good. We good with our hard R.
No, that was from a while ago.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I know you were just gonna fold that into the way. Anyway, I'm gonna say for me it depends. Okay, I'm gonna give you the lawyer answer. It depends. Mm-hmm. It honestly depends on how well this offensive line does by itself. Because what we see a lot of from Pat Ricard is him being out there as an extra lineman. That's basically what he is, to help the deficiency of our O-line. So if our O-line comes out this year and they are better than what they were last year, they're better than what we think they are going to be, hey, okay, Pat Ricard, rest well, rest up, get better, and we'll see you when we see you. But if not, that's a big deal. Like you mentioned, Hendo, we have a lot of really good competitors early on. So, and we can ill afford to lose games. These first six games, we cannot go out here. Ooh, don't get me started.
And don't forget, Lele's sick. So he was limited in practice.
He was. So that's the not so great news. But in other news, some positives, right? Isaiah Likely. According to John Harbaugh, Isaiah Likely is ahead of schedule. So that is something that I took away and I said, all right, look, I'm ecstatic about that because Isaiah is a crucial piece to this offense, a crucial piece. So, I mean, yes, we have other players that can step in, step up in his absence if he has to miss a couple of games, which I think he's going to miss maybe one or two, but we have plenty of weapons this year. But I still want Isaiah Likely back on the field. It's just something different about him. I enjoy him being there. How do you feel about it, Hendo? Finally getting an update on
I mean,
Isaiah.
is it an update? Your head
It
coach is a liar.
is.
Your head coach is a liar. What's up, man?
Well,
Your head coach is a liar. He's lied about so many different injuries, but Isaiah did tweet out a clock. So I guess he's signaling to us that it's almost time. Like he's healing, he's getting better. Hopefully, we can see him back by week 3. Don't rush it. As much as I would love to see him on the field, do not rush it and re-injure yourself. We need him for the long haul. We need him for the end game. We don't need him to come in week 2, week 3, re-injure himself and miss 8, 9 more weeks.
yeah.
Now we do have guys that can come in. Mark Andrews did say Charlie Kolar has been balling out in practice. And I do think that Charlie Kolar has gotten better since his rookie season. I don't think he can fill Isaiah Likely's shoes, but I think he can do enough to keep defenses honest. And he can block. His blocking has come a long way. So we have the pieces to kind of circumvent injuries, but I still would love for us to have a healthy team.
Yeah, definitely. Ravens have a history of rushing players back too soon, and then they suffer a setback, re-injury, aggravating the prior injury. It's just not worth it. Take your time, get well, and we'll see you when we see you, Isaiah. We miss you. I mean, I do. I miss Isaiah. I'm ready for him to be back, but take your time, and that's a big deal. So, look, we're not going to preview tonight the Bills game. We're not
We're
going to do
not?
that. We
We're
are
not talking
not.
about week 1?
We are not going to preview the
Man.
Bills game week 1 tonight. That is because we have a very special guest joining us. So we will be live this Friday night. I know it's the Chiefs game. I get it. We're going to be live 8 o'clock. We won't be too long, but we will give you a full
8:15,
preview.
8:20.
Nah, we got to do at least 30 minutes because let me tell you who's coming to join us. Some of you know him. If you don't know him, I'm about to tell you his name. After we finish here, go over to his channel, check him out. He has a lot to say.
Let me tell you,
He has
if you know him, you don't like him.
well, no, I'm
tell
not
you
gonna
right
say
now.
you don't like him, okay?
You don't like his takes.
You might not like his takes, but that's okay because let me tell you this. I've never shied away from a good conversation, argument, heated fellowship, whatever you want to call it. It's okay with me. We are bringing to the channel the one and only Dan Mitchell, Bills fan extraordinaire, will be with us on Friday night to preview this game. Now, only a couple of rules. We ask. His takes are a little out there sometimes, especially when he's talking about our Ravens, and we can, I ask that you be respectful. No
Right.
profanity. This is a kid-friendly channel. We don't do that here, but you keep it respectful. You can voice your opinion. If you have questions that you want us, myself, Hendo, to ask Dan, or if you want to ask Dan yourself, if you have any questions, come on, bring your questions, come through, make
First.
sure you join us. Because I'm telling you, don't let the Bills Mafia come behind in the stampede, supporting Dan, and we over here looking like, wait, what y'all doing over
Where the
there?
Ravens at?
What y'all
Facts,
doing?
facts,
What
facts.
y'all
Let me,
doing?
but let me tell you, this man just today told his people, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't got to worry about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry not going to get 70 yards on us. He's not going to affect this game one bit. And when I saw that and was like, and then Yolanda said, oh yeah, he's coming on the channel. I'm like, oh yeah. You know what I mean? He has a mouth on him, but
Yeah.
just like in
Good-
the movie
good
Friday, when Debo show up, he shuts up. Because when we beat him in a regular season, he at the
He
end of
didn't
that
have
stream was just all apologetic. He was like, all right, fellas, I'm about to get up out of here, But then when they went in the playoffs, he's just all chest all out. He hitting a dummy and all that. So you know what I'm saying? We got to show out. We can't let these Buffalo Bills fans come in here and disrespect our chat.
Yeah. So just make sure you come through this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Myself, Hendo, and Dan Mitchell will be here to preview this Buffalo Bills game. So look, I just want to have a really good conversation, but if there's some burning questions that you just want to ask, like I want to ask a Bills fan this, come by.
Why y'all so racist?
No, we're not asking them that. But we're going to ask. No, we're not. If you have a question about the game itself,
Oh, the game.
if you have a question about the game, matchups, Who do you think is going to win? What are some questions that you have? Feel free to come through. So,
Got you. I got you. How come Baltimore Ravens fans are so much less racist than Buffalo Bills fans?
all right. So we're
Matchups.
gonna move.
Matchups.
You know what I'm gonna say. We're gonna move right on. But make sure you're in the place, in the house. Again, you might not like his takes, and that's okay. The purpose, the point of this.
He said Sean McDermott had Derrick Henry's number, and he went down certain games when he was with the Tennessee Titans. This is not games with Lamar. This is not games. Listen, I don't care what he did with Tennessee with no quarterback.
Correct.
What did he do against the Bills with Lamar Jackson? What did
He
he
doesn't
do?
have an answer.
Didn't have an answer.
He doesn't.
Couldn't stop him.
Can't.
But it is what it
can't.
is. We'll let Dan Mitchell know.
Yeah. Well, and we'll be respectful with it.
He might
That's
be
all
fair.
I
He might
ask.
be first. He might be a cop. If you look at him, you think he was an undercover.
What kind of name? That's his name. I mean,
It's first being first. It's
I
just
know,
first being first.
I know, and goodness. So anyway, but last
Yeah,
thing,
Spirit of justice.
yeah, it is. But last thing I wanted to talk about, and then I'll open the floor if there's any questions that you have for us tonight. We'll certainly answer them. The Ravens, what is your ceiling? What is your floor, Hendo, for this season? I should have had a graphic that has our schedule up so that we could actually see the games and go through them, but
So I already know.
time was of the essence. But
Ceiling is 15-2. Floor is 13-4.
15-2, I like it, but is that really reasonable? I mean, think about our schedule. I can see us losing one of the first 6 games.
Okay.
That's just the first 6.
Okay.
We always struggle for some reason against Pittsburgh. When
Not
is
the
the
last
last
two
time?
games?
When is the last time we swept them? During the
Doesn't matter.
regular, I'm only speaking about the regular season, not the postseason. But when is the last time?
You know, some of these
Right,
Ravens fans weren't born.
yeah.
Some of the
If you
Ravens
know
fans
that-
weren't born.
If you know the answer to that one, drop it in the chat. When is the last time during the regular season that the Ravens swept the Pittsburgh Steelers? We don't tend to do that. We can.
But that's kind of skewed a little bit because there have been times where we beat them in the first matchup and rested our starters because we always play them at the end of the season. So by playing our backups and barely losing, we could have swept them.
Okay.
And they don't have Najee Harris, they don't have George Pickens, they have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. They lost a couple of offensive linemen. I'm just saying, like,
I mean,
I'm
but
just
it's
saying.
still, to me, it's less. When I think of the Pittsburgh Steelers, to me, this is more of a mental game than it is an actual players on the field game.
I agree.
For some reason, we get scared and we get nervous and intimidated because of the coaching. Hold on, let me finish. Because of the coaching. When we see Mike Tomlin, I don't know what it is. That's what I think it is. I think it's more of up here, not necessarily who do we have on the field who can make plays? Who do they have on the field who can't make plays? It's like, guys, we've been doing so well all season. We play the Pittsburgh Steelers and what is this? That's what I think it is.
I mean, you could have said that before the last previous 2 matchups. Normally, when the Ravens and Steelers play, it's a 1-score game. It's a very close game. Last time we played them, beat them down.
Yeah.
And then we beat them the time before. And the first game that we lost, a few mishaps, and we would have won. So I think we've gotten over that psychological part of beating the Steelers. So to me, they are a non-factor. The Bengals defense is much worse. And we've proven that we can outscore them. The Browns, we play down the competition sometimes, so that may be a loss here or there. So if you're telling me the toughest part of our schedule and we only lose 1 game, we're in the driver's seat.
The toughest part of our schedule, I think, but okay, so then let me ask this. Family, I'm sorry, I don't have the graphic up to show you the schedule. What is 1 game that you think we have this year? And you can Google it, go on your phones, talk amongst yourselves. 1 game that could be a trap where we play down to our competition. What's 1 game that could be a trap? To me, last year was the Raiders. That we had no business losing to the Raiders. No business. But we did. Going into the season, if you would have asked me, are you guys going to win against the Chiefs? Are you going to win against the Raiders? Yeah, we're going to win. Okay, it's the Chiefs. All right, well,
Okay. Well,
there you
I
go.
mean, I
But
got
the
two.
Raiders,
I got two names for you.
I know.
Marcus Williams, Brandon Stevens, no longer here. Jared Alexander, Malachi Starks, total upgrade in defense. The defense struggled through the first 9 weeks of the season. Then they came on. Now we have all these new additions. Zach Orr is in his second year. He has a little more experience calling games. 15-2 is a reality to me.
All right. My ceiling, I gave it in my last video, but it was at the very end. My ceiling was,
It's the Rams. It's possible.
yeah,
It's
that's what I'm saying, Jason. It seems like we struggle with better coaches. We do.
That's 100% facts.
That's why I
But
said that. That's why I'm like,
but the
but
only difference for me for this season, and one reason why I honestly 100% believe the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl, is because Lamar Jackson and his leadership. I think that Lamar Jackson has fully established that this is his team now. And regardless of what the coaches do, because it has always taken some time for some of the greats to get to a certain level. Tom Brady with Bill Belichick, Peyton Manning with the number of coaches that he's had,
mhm.
even Aaron Rodgers. It took time for them to say, you know what, this is my team, this is my offense. But what the coaches said, this is what we're going to run. And I think Lamar is at that point now where he has full autonomy to do what he wants. It's crazy to me to hear that your starting quarterback, you're now giving him the option to audible. And this just happened like 2 years ago. I think that if I'm your starting quarterback, I can audible when I feel like it. If I'm doing the prep work and I'm out here playing the game, you could be in the box and be whomever you want to be. But if I'm seeing it on the field, I should be able to make checks. I should be able to make audibles. And Lamar Jackson now has that autonomy to do that. So I think Lamar is taking more on his shoulders as a leadership standpoint to compensate for the lack of, I don't want to say knowledge, because Harbaugh does know football. He knows football. He struggles with situational football. And I just think that Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, for the most part, are going to take this team to the next level. So those games that in previous years we have lost when we're like, how? I don't think that it's going to happen this season. Green Bay is a possibility, but we don't know if Jordan Love can stay healthy for a full season.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not at Green Bay. But yeah, I mean, you guys are.
That's a tough game.
That's my point. So I'm with you. Who was it a little while ago? I saw a minute ago. Lenny, I'm with you. That was my ceiling. That was my ceiling. 13 and 4.
Don't say the Patriots.
13.
No. I mean, listen.
Maybe 14 and 3. I'll go with 14 and 3. I think that's what I went with in my video. I think I went 14 and 3 was my ceiling. What is your floor? Tell me, drop it in the chat. If you're watching on replay, thank you. Leave a comment down below. What's the floor? What's the ceiling for our Ravens? Hendo, what's your floor?
13 and 4. I have utmost confidence in this team this year. Like there have only been 2 times in the 30 years of covering the Ravens or watching the Ravens that I said this team, hey, what's up, Tanja? That I said that this team is going to win a Super Bowl 2 times. And that was in 2019 and 2023. All the other years, I'm not the one to be like, oh yeah, look at this team, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Even 2012, I was like, they're good enough to win it. But I thought the 2011 team was better than the 2012 team, but things just fell our way and we won the Super Bowl. So this is the 3rd time for me, and they say 3rd time's a charm.
Yeah.
I honestly believe in my heart of hearts with this roster, hopefully learning from the mistakes that we've had in the past,
We better.
we're going to win a Super Bowl. And I don't care if it's 14 and 3, 13 and 4. If we get that number 1 seed, it's over. It's a wrap.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. Tanja, I'm glad you're here. I was thinking about you. So a little while ago, and for those who just now joining, this is for you too. Make sure on Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you come back. You come by. My channel, Hendo's, it doesn't matter. Just come by because we are going to actually preview the game against the Ravens and the Bills. But Tanja, guess who we are having join us? Yes, you guessed right. Dan Mitchell. I know. Look, again, for those of you who are just now joining, I've never shied away from a good conversation. I've never shied away from an argument. heated fellowship, whatever, however you want to term it. And so I said, look, I don't agree with Dan's takes. I don't agree with 99% of what he says, but it's okay. We're going to bring Dan Mitchell on. And the only thing I ask is that all of you be respectful. You can disagree with him. Absolutely. No profanity. We don't do that here. But come
First.
by. Make sure you come by because look,
Okay.
we need to have a good showing. We don't want to have the Bills Mafia up in our chat going off, talking this stuff. And it's not going to be a super long stream because I want to be respectful of Dan's time and I want to be respectful of yours as well because there is football this Friday. All right. There's football on Friday. The Chiefs are playing on Friday. So just make sure you all come by, hang out with us, bring your questions. Bring your questions for Dan Mitchell. Why did Dan think that Derrick Henry is just going to be a non-factor in this game? Like, bring your questions and let him explain himself. Ask away.
That man said he ain't gonna get 70 yards.
That's what I said. Ask your questions. If you think
70.
Anyway, it'll be a fun show. It will be a fun show because we are going
Excellent.
deep into the enemy's territory. We're going deep into the enemy's camp. We're crossing over there. We're going to talk to them. We're going to preview this game. But we do have another super chat coming in for tonight. Thank you very much. Seeking King of the Seas with a super chat, $2 saying Ravens winning the Super Bowl because I rule the seas. I appreciate it. And whatever reason, whatever methodology we have to do to win the Super Bowl, as long as we stay healthy, as long as I'm happy with this. But thank you for the donation. So what I was asking is,
That's right, Cole.
what I was asking, what's your ceiling? What's your floor for the team? Hendo gave his ceiling. He gave it 15-2. Hendo gave his floor.
15-2.
And he gave his floor at 13-4. My floor is 12-5. 12-5. We have a couple, and I asked earlier, is there a trap game among us? Yeah. And people in the chat, said it. Listen, there are several games that we are playing this year that if the Ravens come out flat, if they underestimate their opponent, play down to their opponent, we could lose. We could. So it's possible, but I love it, Amani. She said we're going 18-0. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't want to do that though. I don't. Listen. If the Ravens get into the last game of the season and have an opportunity for the perfect season, don't do it because now all the pressure is on them during the playoffs to win. We already have enough pressure on our shoulders for Lamar to get that first Lombardi. We don't need anything extra. We don't need John Harbaugh out there having a conniption fit and losing his mind even more than he has. His hand to be on that red flag, just shaking like, oh, should I throw it? The game didn't start yet, John. Calm down.
Calm down. Relax. It's all right. I just said, no, not Dan Mitchell. You should hear some of his takes. Look, I've heard some, and I said, wait, I got to bring him on here because I just need him to answer a few questions for me. I got some questions for him myself. Bring your notepad. I know it's going to be a football game on Friday night. It's the Chiefs playing. We need to keep our eyes on the Chiefs, as do the Bills, because, clearly the Bills can't beat the Chiefs either. But but more importantly, the Ravens, we need to see what they're doing, see how these Chiefs are looking, because we play them, week 4 or 5, something like that? So week 4. So we need to keep our eyes on the Chiefs. So the show won't be super long, but we will talk some Ravens, Bills, football.
Okay, next.
What? I was talking.
Just go ahead.
Oh, so now I don't know. Now I don't know where I left off, but anyway.
You left off because they asked me, did the team want to go 23-0? I don't. I mean, if it was possible, yes, I would love for the team to have the first perfect season. But look what happened to the Patriots. And they had one of the historic offenses of all time. At the time, Tom Brady, most touchdown passes. Randy Moss still holds the record for touchdown receptions in a season. And look what happened when they got to the Super Bowl. They choked. Terribly.
Yeah.
I'll take anything as long as we win the Super Bowl. I don't care what the regular season record is. We've done it. We've led the league in wins. I don't need to lead the league in wins. I just need the team to win the championship. That's all I need. That's the only thing I really care about.
Yeah. That's right. We can watch the Chiefs together. We can. I told Hendo, I said, Hendo.
We sure can.
I said, Hendo, we could live stream that Chiefs game. We could talk about it and watch it together. See, Tanja, all of us, me, you.
or we
See,
could be in
Hendo.
a Discord and watch it from there.
How do people get into the Discord, Hendo?
I mean, you go over to patreon.com/ROUG, and for just $5 a month, so many things going on. Now, if you want to get in and get into the Pick'ems game, the league starts tomorrow. So you might want to get in and get your picks in early because I'm the 3-time defending champions. I have so many rings around here. It's not even funny, but
Stop it. Stop it.
yeah, the league starts tomorrow. I'm kind of tired of winning because I'm tired of all the hate that I'm getting from my brethren. And it's not even close. Not even close. I tried to let Bazel win. I took a week off. The week 17 I took off and let Bazel have it, but for some reason, week 18 he was talking too much smack, and then I just had to, beat him up.
There you go, talking about that again. There
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
I can't. Listen,
There you go.
champions need to be recognized.
Every live stream though?
I didn't talk
But
about it last
listen,
time.
you did. You probably did.
You
But
brought it up. You asked them how to get in and all that other stuff. I wasn't even going to talk about it.
I
I'm a
didn't talk
humble
about it on
champion.
this championship. Well, good job. One thing. Speaking of champions, so when the Ravens win the championship this year, when they win the Super Bowl, Hendo is
Right.
going to be completely unhinged. He is going to do a
Off the
24-hour stream. He's got receipts. All these YouTubers around here who just, but stay tuned because we have some people joining us throughout the season that, they're not always going to be on our side. Well, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, they're never going to be on our side, but that's all right. Bring your questions, bring your comments, bring your receipts. Yeah. So thank you for being here, Go Man. What's happening? Hope you're doing well. We are about to get up out of here. It is after 10 o'clock. It is after 10 and it's my
Crash
bedtime.
out.
It's my bedtime, y'all. It is. But wanted to make sure that all of you know, come back on Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hendo and myself, we will be here to preview the Bills game with Dan Mitchell. So you don't want to miss it. Bring your questions, bring your receipts. We're going to have a good time. And that's all I have for you tonight, family. But I appreciate all of your support. Appreciate you all for being here. Again, we need to see your face, avatar, whatever you want to call it, in the place on Friday night. Hendo, any parting words? Any parting words for our family as we get ready to start? I can't believe it. Tomorrow night, we will be watching football.
Yes.
Any
You
parting
forgot.
words?
Yeah, you forgot to tell about Sunday. So we will be live streaming the game on Sunday.
We will.
And like we've always told you, we appreciate everybody that comes in here and supports us. Whether you're just watching, it doesn't make a difference. You comment, it doesn't make a difference. So what we're going to do is we love to give back to you guys because you support us. So during the game, we're going to have a giveaway.
Yeah.
A special, you know what? I take that back. During the game, we're going to have 2 giveaways.
Ooh.
2 giveaways. So make sure you stop by, hang out with us.
Yeah.
Watch the first game of the season. It's going to be lit. I'm off the next day, so it
Me
is
too.
what it is. It is what it is.
It
After
is.
that,
It's going to be what it's going to be. You do not want to miss your opportunity once in a lifetime to get that free Odafe Owe jersey. So we will see you very soon, family. Thank you for joining tonight. Take care. You stay safe. Stop it, Hendo. Stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need to quit. But we'll see y'all soon. Take care, family. Don't forget, come back by on Friday night, and we'll see you.